Welcome back, my loves, to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time tuning into one of my videos, my name is Stef and I am the Psychic Soul Alignment Coach. What that basically means is that I work with spiritual people and spiritual entrepreneurs to help them to do very deep levels of healing work, also known as inner work, shadow work, in order to more powerfully align with who they truly are on the soul level, higher self level, just the spiritual level overall. And as a result of just being more deeply connected to who they truly are, they're then able to create success in any area of their lives as well as their businesses. So that's how I help people. Here on my YouTube channel, I generally cover topics such as mindset, entrepreneurship, well, spiritual entrepreneurship especially, manifesting, healing work, energy stuff, spiritual teachings, awakening, ascension, all those kinds of things. So that is what my channel is about. You can definitely go through my past videos to see if any particular videos stand out to you or you feel intuitively guided to watch any of them, because I'm sure that there are messages, insights, things that you may need to hear in those videos to help you along with your journey, no matter what things you're striving to achieve in your life at this time or you're feeling called to do at this time. So with that being said, if this is something that interests you, if you want to learn more about these things, then definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. Hit that bell notification button and change your settings to all so that you never miss out on a video from my channel. And basically, also what I wanted to say is that I generally upload weekly energy readings on Mondays, so I will let you know what to expect from the energy of the week on Mondays usually, or Tuesdays, depends on when I get the video uploaded. And then I will upload usually later in the week some kind of teaching or channeled message that I'm asked to bring forward as per my spirit guides. So those videos usually will go up on Thursdays and Saturdays, more or less. I haven't been doing those lately because I had a bit of a mini dark night of the soul experience the last part of 2020, so I'm coming out of that, but that's usually what we do here on my channel. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into today's weekly energy reading. This is for the energy for January 18th through 24th, 2021. Okay, so this is the message that I channeled with my guides. I'm going to read it out to you, and then I'm going to give you any additional messages that you may need to hear. Okay, it says the message that we would like for you to bring forward for this week's energy has all to do with surrendering to your belief. And I feel like this is more like your deep soul's belief, soul's desire, okay? Surrendering to that. So as the week takes place, it's important for you to surrender to your deepest desires, and for you to allow that to guide you in your intention setting and the actions you take and the decisions that you make, and in shifting yourselves into more positive, lighthearted energy and just with more forward movement. Okay, so the energy of the last month was very dense for a lot of people and that's because there was just a lot of different things going on depending on each person, but overall a lot of people had a lot of fear that maybe 2021 would be worse than 2020. The future seems uncertain. There's just a lot of things up in the air, especially if you live in the US and you're a bit worried about like what's happening with the presidential stuff right now at this time. So there's just a lot of things that were going around last month, a lot of purging, a lot of releasing, a lot of self-evaluation, a lot of just inner work that needed to be done and things that needed to be faced, big decisions that needed to be made, especially concerning careers and stuff, that was bringing up a lot of fear, right? And so some people were kind of afraid that this year, 2021, might be just like last year, even worse. And this is what the energy that was around us was like bringing up at this time, okay? So what they said is that you need to put aside those like fears and those things, expecting the worst case scenario, like all of that needs to like go. And you really need to just take some time to really connect regularly with the truth inside of your soul, okay? To really connect to those deep desires, those heart desires, and really ask yourself, instead of like fearing the worst or expecting the worst, like what if you did succeed? What if that was the case? Like just contemplate that for a second. Allow that possibility to elevate you, to lift you up, to carry you forward with more excitement or to make you feel lighter, okay? What if this next step that you feel called to take, instead of doubting it or wondering like, is this the next right thing, or is this going to get me into trouble or whatever, instead of just being so stressed out about it, just contemplate for a minute, like, well, what if this was the exact next step I needed to take? What if this is exactly like my next step forward, right? Other things you could ask yourself are, for example, what if everything really did work out for you in the end, right? What possible results would you get if everything did work out for the best? Those kinds of things, okay? What if this brought you the greatest level of joy or the greatest level of abundance or happiness or fulfillment, right? So ask yourself things that help you to contemplate the amazing positive possibilities and opportunities out there and just possible positive outcomes. What's going on with my mouth? I don't know. Those kinds of things, instead of having your brain be fixated on the worst case scenario, on, you know, how stuck you feel, or how things don't seem to be moving forward, or how things might just end up being the same as last year, the last time you tried this, or whatever. Like, instead of, you know, going back to that negativity, like, go in the opposite direction and to help you to start shifting out of this energy, okay? So what they said is that how much more positive or lighter or optimistic do you feel when you lean into all the good, all the blessings, all the possibilities? Okay, this is what they want you to create more of within yourselves as this week unfolds. These internal shifts will then allow for you to be carried forward more smoothly and steadily down the path of your greatest success and ultimate fulfillment. So, you know, sometimes it really just takes like a mindset shift. You know, I always stress the importance of inner work, but sometimes when you're feeling really heavy still, or just things are, you know, just a bit much for you, or you're still figuring things out or whatever it is, sometimes you just need to take that baby step in moving forward by just simply shifting the quality of your thoughts and your emotional state, and just giving yourself that space to just be, you know, optimistic for a minute and just think about, like, okay, well, what if this did work out? What if it was amazing? What if this was, you know, the very thing I've been looking for? What if this leads me to something even more amazing that feels even more in alignment? You know, just contemplating those kinds of things for yourself are going to help you to feel lighter instead of so heavy around it. And that lightness that you might feel will then help you to maybe more easily move forward down the path that you feel called to take, or that you need to take in order to align yourself with those possibilities. Does that make sense? So this is what they want me to tell you all. And the reason for that is that, you know, as they said, it's like surrender to your belief. And what they mean, I feel, by this is like surrender to the belief of your soul. Your soul knows that you were meant for more. Your soul knows that you are deserving of love, or you're deserving of abundance or financial stability or goodness in your life. Your soul knows that you're deserving of a fulfilling career and all these different things. So surrender to that belief, surrender to that truth inside of you, and allow that to carry you forward. Because if you feel that in your heart, that that's the path for you, or this is what's meant for you, or divinely, you know, intended for you, then surrender to all the positive possibilities that come with that truth that you feel inside of yourself, and allow that to guide you instead of allowing your ego, your mind, to distract you, or to discourage you instead. Okay, so I really hope that made sense. Let me pull some cards just to see if any additional messages or confirmation or guidance comes through. So what else do we need to know today for everyone's highest good in regards to the weekly energy reading? And then we'll just see. One card already popped out. I'm going to pull one from the other deck and see what do we need to know today for everyone's highest good in regards to the weekly energy reading. It's so funny because, like, right in front of me there are like these, I don't know what you call the people, like the landscape people, the gardeners, the workers. All right, so I have several cards that just popped out because I was distracted, but I guess they're the ones that needed to come out for the other deck. So here's this card, right? Transformation. This is Archangel Zadkiel. And you know, this is what it's about. Like, I feel it's confirmation for this energy this week is, you know, you're in the process of this transformation for yourself, but you have to choose that, and you have to put yourself down that path. You know, it's not just going to happen. Like, you have to intently, like, start. And that sometimes starts with, like, shifting your thoughts, your beliefs, because then that leads you to feeling better and then being more willing to take those actions sometimes. And then, you know, as you take those actions, then it creates this ripple effect because you're creating this momentum and you're moving yourself down that path. Like, I remember last year, 2020, you know, January, I was going through some stuff. Like, last bit of 2019, it was just rough because every year at the end of the year, I seem to go through things, and it was just rough. And January 2020, you know, I had to start by, like, literally, like, changing my beliefs and thoughts, like going back to the basics. You know, sometimes people think that the basics are not necessary anymore when you're at a more advanced level or whatever, you know. And, you know, sometimes it's exactly what you need depending on what's going on in your life. And so I was at a low point where I just really needed to go back to the basics, to start training my brain to focus on the positives, on more what I wanted to feel and that kind of stuff. I started affirming things, like my guides were giving me affirmations every single day. I had to practice every single day to the best of my ability while I was doing things. And then that led to, you know, also me doing other activities and things to shift my mood, my state. And I did that. And, you know, gradually I started feeling better and I started moving forward and being more positive and all these other things and just building momentum. So, you know, this is a process of transformation that we're all undergoing, but you have to choose that transformation. You have to be willing to step into that. And, you know, the soul desires that you feel called at this time to move through with, to follow through with, to accomplish, to manifest, like, that is part of your transformation, but you have to listen to the call. You have to be willing to move yourself in that direction instead of, you know, holding back or being negative about it, pessimistic, not moving forward, whatever that is. Like, you have to be willing to move forward because your soul is calling you at this time to do this, to continue to transform into more of who you truly are, right? On this deeper level. Now, from the other deck, a bunch of cards came out. So I'm just going to show you real quick, and I'm just going to give you an overall overview of the cards, the messages. So this one is Mother Mary. This card also popped out last week. I also mentioned it. There was some healing work that we needed to do last week. I know for sure, like, I had lots of healing I had to do last week. I sat down like 4 times to actually do like this deeper healing work because I did 2 at the start of the week. And I was like, yeah, I'm good, I'm done. And then I had to do like 2 more at the end of the week. I actually had to do 3 more, but I got 2 done. I'm going to do the 3rd one today. But there's just healing work that we need to, you know, work through still, some of us, in order to allow ourselves to move forward more easily. So if you have not seen the weekly energy reading from last week, I definitely recommend that you go and check that out. I will link it up here to the cards for you to go click on that afterwards and go listen to that, because that might be really useful to you around, you know, why it's important to do this healing work in order to move yourself forward. And it's part of the transformation as well. Like, the healings that I've had recently, you know, with this last week that I've been doing have incredibly transformed me on different levels, in terms of my familial relationships, in terms of my romantic relationships. Like, I've just been doing deep work, and this is part of leading me down the path of my soul's desires. Like, I have to do the inner work. I have to show up. Otherwise, it's not going to happen, right? Everything's a reflection of you. So if you're unwilling to transform internally, the outward transformation is not going to happen. So some of us here still need to do some healing work. We're still a little bit behind, like myself. It's okay. You know, just make sure that you're moving through that and you're processing that. And, you know, ultimately, like, if you're feeling pulled to heal, you're feeling pulled to do these things, it's because that's what your soul wants. You need to do this first in order to move forward, okay? Definitely go check out that reading, as I said. The other cards that I got are Hilarion, which is divine healing, so that's further confirmation that we got to heal here. And then this one is Sanat Kumara, says light activation, shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. This is charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven, asking you shall receive. And this is El Moria, awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. And the last one is Lady Venus, downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed, and deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Don't mind the person behind me that's like cleaning up the park area. I'm like trying not to get distracted by him either. He's like right next to me, and I was like, Stephanie, don't pay attention, keep focused. But yeah, so those are the cards for this week. And I feel like the reason that these cards are popping up especially is because, as I said, like, surrender to your deepest desires, you know, allow that deep knowing, that belief in your soul, in your heart, that you were meant for more, that you were meant for certain things, to like pull you in the direction of what you want and to guide you. And, you know, this is connected to the intentions that you may be setting, because it's January. Some of us may have set intentions back in December. But even if you set intentions in December, let me tell you, like, if you've been doing the active healing work, you've probably shifted enough to where maybe you need to revisit those intentions again in January. And then some of us maybe haven't yet set intentions at all in January, so you need to set those intentions still. And if you would like to, you know, have my support in setting soul-aligned intentions, then definitely reach out to me and ask me about my soul-aligned intentions program, which starts today, but it'll be available as a self-study course afterwards that you can have. That's where we cover really deeply like what it means to set soul-aligned intentions that are truly for your highest good, what you need to do to really align yourself with that so that you're actually able to achieve those and make significant progress towards those intentions, or achieve them completely by the end of this year, and just so many other things that are connected with being a very, you know, spiritually guided person when it comes to intention setting and really intentionally and deliberately creating your reality. So that's what we cover in Soul Aligned Intentions. You can reach out to me. I'll link the sign up page in the comments below. I'll pin it at the top so you can go and sign up there. If you have any questions, message me on social media, Instagram and Facebook. You can find me at Stef and Tara Coaching. The links to that are in the description of this video. That's where you can find my social media stuff. But going back to what I said, this is about, you really allowing your true light to shine through. You really allowing your true essence to come through you, and you to really allow yourself to just decide, like, no, you know what, I'm going to live my life for me. I'm done holding myself back. I'm done playing small. I'm done being in the shadows and burying myself beneath all of these expectations or these fears or whatever, and just doing things that don't make me happy or whatever. Like, I want to break free from that. I want to really create a life that I'm really excited about, that I'm happy about, an amazing business or a career that I truly love, and really being able to allow that light inside of you to start growing and growing and building, and to really listen to it, let it go from this little tiny, like, dim little light or little flicker to a burning flame that pulls you forward. So, this is about you really tuning in to that divine truth inside of you that is not, it's like away from all the noise, all the expectations, all the different things, right? That's something I'm definitely going to be covering in Soul Aligned Intentions, how a lot of people make mistakes a lot of times when they set intentions, because they set intentions from a non-aligned place. There's a lot of darkness, a lot of static, a lot of things that interfere with what they're truly meant to be intending to achieve or move towards this year. So that's going to be in Soul Aligned Intentions. But yeah, this is about you really just connecting to the true you and moving forward with that. You may have been receiving some signs in your life of, like, certain things, certain paths you need to be taking, you really need to go for this year, that maybe you've been putting off, you've been procrastinating, you've been doubting or whatever. Like, you've been receiving signs like do this and whatever. Like, it's not a coincidence when things keep showing up for you over and over and over again. So that's also, a sign like, hey, your soul, this deeper part of you is calling you forward to this. So allow it to be okay. Like, surrender to that. Surrender. Stop resisting. Stop resisting to your greatest happiness. Stop resisting to your greatest abundance, your greatest success, your greatest joy. Like, stop resisting. Move yourself forward in that direction. And when you're willing to really go within, you're willing to go within and listen to this beautiful, soft, subtle voice that is your soul, that is your higher self, that is guiding you down this beautiful path of your highest good. And you're intending to create these amazing things in your life. Like, whatever you intend to create that's truly for your highest good, that's coming from this deeper spiritual place, like, they're going to be heard. They're going to be heard. It's going to be answered. You're going to receive. So stop, doubting. That's what I said earlier about how, like, if you feel pulled to do something, your soul is calling you to do that. If your soul is calling you to do that, it's because it's intended for you and you're going to be successful with it. And it's going to work out in the best possible way for you. It's meant to be there. So if it's meant to be there and it's meant to lead you down this path of success, like, why are you still doubting the path? If your soul is pulling you down to it, it's because it's supposed to work out, So stop doubting it. You're only doubting it because you're allowing the noise, the static, the darkness, the fears, all of that stuff to cloud your filters instead of moving forward with it, instead of surrendering to it, right? And so when you're willing to go within and do this deep, connection with yourself and really just allow that soft voice to be heard, that's when you're going to awaken your divinity inside of you to this much greater level, especially when you're setting soul-aligned intentions. Like, soul-aligned intentions really wake you up spiritually in a much greater way. And so you're going to be awakening this deeper divinity inside of you, this deeper soulful spiritual presence inside of you. And yeah, it's gonna lead to this greater happiness, this greater fulfillment, this greater joy. So yeah, that's the message that I got for everyone today. I really hope that has significantly helped you in some kind of way. It served as confirmation or validation, or maybe my strong tone today helped you in some kind of way to really just be decided to allow yourself to be happy, to succeed, to go down the path that you've been feeling called to take those risks, whatever it is. So yeah, if you enjoyed this weekly energy reading, definitely be sure to give this video a thumbs up, a like wherever you're watching from. Leave me a comment in the comments below, because I would love to hear from you and how this message resonated with you today, what you got out of it. Did this confirm things that you were already feeling? Is this speaking to a specific subject or situation in your life? Like, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Again, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, be sure to do that. Hit that bell notification button and change your settings to all. And what else? I haven't yet done the January energy update video. I was busy because last week my guys were like, hey, you need to come back online again and you need to start this Soul Line Intentions program. So I was like scrambling to like do all of this, get it done. But you know, it was awesome. I got it done. But yeah, it was like busy few days. So I haven't had the chance to do the January energy update video yet because I didn't do the January energy reading. I do monthly energy readings here on my channel, but this month we're starting off a little bit late, so we'll get around to that maybe by the 20th or something. I don't know, tomorrow, we'll see. And what else do I have to say to that? And I usually do yearly energy readings, but I don't know if I'll do that or not. It depends on what my guys ask me to do, because I just do what they guide me to do for everyone's highest good. So that's how I work, that's how I roll. So basically that's it. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you. Thank you for spending, you know, your afternoon, morning, evening with me wherever you're at. I really hope you were able to see me in this video because I'm doing it really early today in the morning and the sun's like above over my head and it looks dark in the screen, so I'm like, can they even see me? I don't know. At least you can hear me. So anyway, thank you so much for your time, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.